review. In this essay, you're going to create a broader framework so that we can better understand your article. So this means that you're going to have to research and find articles that help us understand the social factors, the political factors, the cultural, the economic factors that contribute to us helping us understand the article. So you'll need to find 3 to 4 reputable sources. You'll need to correctly cite, use a direct quote, use a paraphrase, and incorporate a block quote, and all that will be available for you on Blackboard and emailed to you. So those are the 3 necessary mechanical devices you'll need to add into this article. Additionally, you'll need to use 3 to 4 reputable secondary sources. So use EBSCOhost, use Google Scholar, use Academic Search Premier to find 3 to 4 reputable secondary sources that help us understand your article. There are a couple of ways you can look at this essay. You can conceptualize it as a broader framework and look at the cultural, political, social, and economic factors that help you understand the topic. So what's going on in terms of people's beliefs and their attitudes, their values, their traditions that help us understand the topic. Maybe are there laws, policies, reforms that are going on from the government that help us understand the topic? What about current events? Is there something that happened in terms of a natural disaster or something that happened in the news lately? How about, excuse the typo, affects this topic? So we're looking at how these different factors affect the topic. Additionally, how those affect the other way, how the topic affects economics. So does the use of Facebook have some implications for jobs and taxes and status and wealth? Does it have implications for policies or for how people communicate or how culture is formed? So all of those, that's one way of looking at Essay 3. Additionally, you can look at Essay 3 as more of a conversation between authors. You've got your original author who said many different claims, so you can outline those below if you want to do this on paper or type into it. I'll have this emailed to you and available on Blackboard as well. But what does the author say? Then you find 3 to 4 reputable sources and find out what they say and why they're credible for saying that. Are they a Harvard professor? Are they a researcher at the National Institute of Health? So what's their claim and why are they credible? And so go through each of those. When we look at our sample thesis statements, we see that for the body of this essay, you can identify the area worth further understanding. So maybe the political factors are really important to understand when we think about steroid use. Or maybe it's really important to think about whenever we look at marriage and women getting married at a certain age. So describe why, or identify the area for further understanding. Then describe that secondary source. Explain why it's relevant, why it's credible, and do that for 3 different sources. So you can either view it as a conceptual framework for understanding your article, or you can view your essay as a conversation between authors. What did your author say, and what does another author say? How are they similar or different? Compare and contrast. What does your author say, and what does another author say? Take into consideration the information you provided in your pre-work. You know more about the author, about the publication, about the time period, about other works that the author has written. So keep those things in mind as well, as they will help you to create a broader framework. Remember, this is also 3 to 4 pages long. You're going to use the same format you did before, as far as having an introduction, having a conclusion, having maybe 3 to 4 main points in the middle. So tell us what you're going to say. Give us a preview, give us an understanding of what you're talking about before you get into those main points, and wrap it all up for us. So use this as a guide, these 2 worksheets, if you like to print them out or if you like to type into them, and make sure you're keeping focused on what the criteria of the essay is. So this is just a little bit. Email me if you have any questions at all.